Oh boy. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. A little over a week ago, I went to a car show in Connecticut and had a great time with the car. It was a pretty cool show because it was in a football stadium, which I've never seen before, so that was a cool experience to have. I was able to park the car right in the stadium itself, which was pretty rad. Yeah, it was about a 4-hour drive away, and the car did really good on the way there. Did not skip a beat at all. But when I was leaving to come home is when I had an issue. I went to crank the car over. It kind of acted like it was having a dead battery or a low battery because it was cranking really slow. And but it would always start every time. And then the day that I was leaving, literally when I got in my car to drive home, I tried to start it and it wouldn't start. It would crank really slow and then just stop. And it will not crank over anymore. And the clip you saw in the beginning was me trying to start it for the first time since I got home. And yeah, it's not working at all. It's weird because the battery is fully charged. I went and got the battery tested. It's a good battery. So it's either starter or loose connection. But I honestly don't know. So that's what we're going to dive into today. Luckily, since the car's a stick, I was able to pop start it and drive it home. I left the car running for over 6 hours straight, which was the longest it's ever been running. And it did great. It didn't skip a beat. The car, it drove fine. Yeah, I need to get the starter fixed because it's October now. I probably have a couple weeks to drive this thing left. But, you know, I want to get out and try and enjoy it for the few weeks I have left. So we got it pop started and pulled into the garage. And we're going to dive in and see what's wrong with this thing. Well, after looking under there at the starter, I don't see any loose connections on the starter itself, and the cables going to the starter are also all tight. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think that what I have to do now is take the starter out. So I guess we're going to do that. There is also a lot of oil and condensation down here, so I can't really tell how much of it is oil and how much of it's just water, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of moisture down here. But the car does sit outside, so I guess you kind of got to expect that. All right, there's that. All right. Now all I have to do is take off the two 15mm mounting bolts, and the whole thing should come right out. And here's the starter. All right, let's test this thing. Yeah, this thing's junk. Look. You see it smoking. Before it wasn't even turning. Yeah, this thing is toast. Also, like, our starter's supposed to be able to, like, shake. Like, listen to this. That's not the Bendix. That's, like, everything inside of here. And then after I tested it, it smells a lot like burning. So I think it's safe to say this thing is toast. So that means we're gonna have to take a junkyard run and grab ourselves a new starter. The new gauge. This is a P3 boost gauge. I found it on Marketplace used, but it was perfectly fine. So I got it for a fraction of the price, and it just bolts right in. It's super awesome because it fits right into the actual vent. You didn't have to do any cutting or anything, just took the two fins out and it goes right in. And it's fully functional, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go to the junkyard. You're at the junkyard, and I already found what I'm looking for. So on 3800s, especially Series 2s, the starter can bolt right into a Fiero 2.8. So yeah, let's get this thing pulled out, see if it feels a little better than our other one. The 3800 starters can bolt directly into a Fiero. I know the 2.8 because that's what I have in it now, but I don't know about the 4 cylinders. I believe so because I think they use the same starter, if not the same shape starter. The 3800 starter is smaller, has more torque, takes less power, and bolts right in. And they're readily available. So it's kind of a no-brainer, to be honest. The only thing that sucks about these 3800s is they have this transmission line right here directly on the starter bolt. So you have to kind of take out clip. So move them around. And look at this thing. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know where I put it. Look at the size of this pop clip. This is the biggest thing I've ever seen. Okay, got the starter. It's honestly looking pretty good. You may be asking, why don't I just buy a brand new starter? It's because one of these brand new is like 230, 200 something bucks. And here it's $30. And yeah, I think I'd rather just spend 30 bucks on one that's probably gonna work just fine. It looks like it might have been replaced at one point, or it's just in really good shape. So I have a good feeling about this. But since we're here, might as well go look at some other cool cars. There's a pretty cool Cavalier here. I might hide the starter in here so I can wander around a little bit. Seatbelts on the doors. This steering wheel is awesome. Holy crap. Yeah, this is a cool car. These things are awesome. I love these dials too, for the lights and the dimmer. I see pop-ups. The Saturn with pop-ups. Dang, the rust on the headlight doors. This thing is junked. There's no drivetrain in it. But look at the interior. Look at these seats, dude. These things are awesome looking. I really like those. I wish the fronts were in it. Look, right next to me. Here's the front. This thing is actually really cool. I like these a lot. I wish it wasn't ripped and it wasn't blue. But this thing is pretty awesome looking. I've never seen Camaro seats like this. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in person before. Look at these door handles. They're like in the door. Look at this Ford Probe. Look at this body kit. Very early 2000s-esque. Got the side skirts. This thing has a cool color scheme with the stripes down it. A Daytona. Sport. And the only Fiero that's here. This thing is destroyed. And partially my fault. I took the front springs from this. I also was the one who cut the roof off of it because this was a T-top car. Aftermarket T-top, not a factory one, because this is an 86. Also, took the entire drivetrain out. It was 3800 swapped. We took that out for the transmission. It still has like all the weird wiring in the trunk, but look at that. It's a starter, not the right one, but yeah, this thing is rough. Still got the steering wheel and the gauge. That is just about it. Everything else is toast. They did the weird thing where they tried to delete all the side moldings, so it's just smooth, but they didn't really do that well. Oh yeah, there's me. All right, we got the new starter. It only ended up costing us 26 bucks with the core, so that's not a bad price. Okay, let's test out our new starter. Much better, and no smoke. The new starter is in. I have it all bolted in and tight. I just need to go and hook up these connections now. Starter's all hooked up. For those wondering, I am using the shim that goes on the engine. I don't know if you need it or not, but mine had it, so I used it. But now I think it's time to test this thing out, see if it works. See if it works. All fixed.
Those AOSs, man, sometimes I installed one for a guy, I think it was bad. Watch it back.
All right, everybody, I think I'm gonna end the video here. After I put the starter in, I went and washed the car, and then I went to a local meet. As I was cruising around, I stopped there, walked around, talked to some friends, went out and took some pictures, and now it's sunset and I'm about to head home. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. So if you need to replace your starter, you know that you can now use the 3800 series starter in your Fiero and it'll bolt right up, and it's just a no-brainer option. So hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. See you later.